Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to Endless. Now we are talking about the theme and setting of the story. What are they? Yes, theme is what the author trying to show to the reader, or what the main idea of the story. And then if the setting is where the story take place. Okay, now let us see more explanation about the theme through this video.
Hi, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Math. All right, third and fourth graders, for today's reading review, we will be going over what is the theme of a story. And remember, be the best you today. We will be joining Moana, Ferdinand, and also the Lion and the Mouse to discover what the theme of their stories were. So what is the theme of the story? That is a good question. The theme of a story means it's the heart of the story. So, what do we mean by the heart of a story? Let's look at some examples. So, for Ferdinand, what would you say was the theme of the story or movie? If you said, be yourself, don't change who you are to fit in, you are absolutely correct. High five. The theme of Ferdinand was he was himself regardless of when people talked about him or things that were said, he did not try to fit in. Let's look at another example. What about Moana? When you think of the movie or if you read the book Moana, what would you say the heart of that story or movie was? If you said finding yourself or something close to it, you are absolutely correct. So remember, the theme of a story is the heart of the story. Based on all of the characters, things that are being said, what is the true meaning or the heart of what the story is about? So let's read a couple of stories so that we can see if we can discover what the theme is. Our first story is The Lion and the Mouse. Once, when a lion was asleep, a little mouse began running up and down upon him. This soon awakened the lion, who placed his huge paw upon him and opened his big jaws to swallow him. "Pardon, O king," cried the little mouse. "Forgive me this time. I shall never forget it. Who knows but what I may be able to do for you one of these days." The lion was so tickled at the idea of the mouse being able to help him that he lifted up his paw and let him go. Phew! Sometime after the lion was caught in a trap, and the hunters who desired to carry him alive to the king tied him up to a tree while they went in search of a wagon to carry him on. Just then, the little mouse happened to pass by, and seeing the sad plight in which the lion was, went up to him and soon gnawed away the ropes that bound the king of beasts. "Was I not right?" said the little mouse. So based on this story, what would you say the theme or the heart of the story is? A. Good always wins over evil. B. Being greedy can have bad consequences. C. Help others because what goes around comes around. D. The grass is always greener on the other side. So what do you think the theme of The Lion and the Mouse is? If you said C, Help others because what goes around comes around. You are absolutely right. So let's just think about what happened in the story. So first, the lion was asleep. The mouse was running up and down him, and obviously the lion got bothered, so he was about to eat him, but the mouse pleaded with him, "No, sir, please, 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 don't eat me. You never know. I can maybe help you someday." This tickled the lion. He let him go. But what happened is the lion got trapped in a net. The mouse ran up, gnawed the ropes loose so that he could get away, and saved him. So the heart of this story is helping others because what goes around comes around. The lion helped the mouse because he didn't eat him, and in turn, the mouse was able to save the lion. Let's move to our next story. Everyone knows the story of the fisherman who one day pulled a magic fish from the river. Not only was the fish huge, but it could also talk. It said in a small voice, "Fisherman, throw me back into the river and I'll grant you 3 wishes." "I don't need any wishes," the man said. "My life is great just the way it is." And he threw the fish back into the river. The next day, another fisherman came along. Again, the magic fish was caught. "Fisherman," said the huge fish in a small voice, "throw me back into the river and I'll grant you 3 wishes." Let's see," said the man. "How about some lunch, fresh bait for my hook, and a new pair of boots without holes in them?" The fish granted the man his wishes and leapt back into the river. The next day, yet another fisherman came along. News of the magic fish had spread throughout the village. All day he fished, and he caught lots of huge fish to feed his hungry family, but not a single one of them could talk. After a while, he started getting hungry too. Finally, he decided not to wait any longer. He would just have to choose: eat well tonight or go hungry, wishing for things he didn't have. When he thought about it that way, he decided to go home to his family. So based on this story, what is the theme? Is it A magic fish tries to find the river where it came from? B, a kind fisherman helps a magic fish? C, 3 men get wishes? Or D, a fisherman learns the value of what he already has? So let's just do a quick summary of the story again. So there was a man who caught the magic fish. The fish asked him, "If you would throw me back into the river, I will grant you 3 wishes." Well, the man said he had a great life, so he didn't need the 3 wishes and threw the fish back into the river. The next day, another man came along, caught the magic fish. He asked for 3 wishes. The fish said that he would grant him 3 wishes if he threw him back into the river. The man gave 3 wishes. The fish went back into the river. Again, the next day, there was a man who came to find the magic fish because word had spread in the village that there was a magic fish that granted 3 wishes. So this man caught a lot of huge fish, but they didn't talk, so he kept on trying to fish to find the magic fish. He had a hungry family at home, and soon he began to feel hungry too. And he thought to himself, "Do I need to keep fishing, or be okay with the fish that I have and stop looking for the magic fish? He decided it was good with what he had, so he went home. Based on that information, what would you say is the correct answer for the theme of this story? If you said D, a fisherman learns the value of what he already has, you are correct. Because the story said he caught a lot of huge fish, but they didn't talk, and he kept fishing and fishing because he wanted to get the magic fish, but he had a hungry family at home, and then he started to get hungry. And so looking at the huge fish he had, he realized he needs to be appreciative of what he and not worry about trying to find the magic fish. If you pick D, you are absolutely correct. High five. So just a quick recap. The theme of a story means it's the heart of the story. It's ultimately what the story is about.